What's up, everybody? Jason from JTV. Now, I was getting ready to cook something up in my Traeger, and I want to switch wood. So I want to go from their little classic blend with the 3 different types of wood to cherry wood. The only thing is the directions say to empty out the pellets. You just open the back trap up. But you know, if you're OCD like me, you're like, oh, there's some in the little corkscrew feed, and what about the fire pot? So today, we're going to completely empty out all the pellets, and I'm going to show you all how to clean your fire pot. So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta empty out the hopper right here, and that's through a little trap door on the back. And you're gonna wanna have something that can collect the amount of pellets you have in here. The manual recommends a 5-gallon bucket, but I don't have that many in here. So I just opened up the little hatch, and I still have some in here that are down in the feed to the auger. So I'm gonna have to get these out too. All right, now I just got this grill, so I'm new to this whole Traeger thing, but I have decided that I will be canceling this little grate, because it prevents you from getting your hands in there and getting the rest of the pellets out. And it's not like I'm gonna accidentally drop a baby in this or think that I'm gonna put a log in there and start smoking stuff on my Traeger. This already came pre-installed on the hopper unit, so it's not like it's something you had to put in, but it's definitely something that I am taking out. Now that we have access to all of these, we can stick our pitcher under there. Start pushing them down into our pitcher. To get the auger clear, we're gonna fire up the Traeger, go through the menu, and we're gonna find a clear auger option. Now that's normally used if the auger gets jammed up, but I'm gonna use it to push the pellets from the auger back up into the hopper so we can get the last little bit of the pellets out of there. Alrighty, so any button to turn the grill on. Now we're gonna go to menu, and we're gonna go to auger, and then we're gonna say clear auger. Now the auger is clearing. If we take a look at the inside, the auger rotates backwards and forward, breaking loose anything that's in there. Once the auger rolled back and forth a few times, I stopped it on an inbound spin. That way I could grab any of the pellets that were sitting on the auger or wedged down under it. Now we're gonna take apart the top part of the grill and remove the drip pan. That way we can gain access to where the fire pot is. Once you get the drip pan out, you'll see this sort of M-shaped piece of metal in here. Just pull it back to relieve some of the tension, and you'll be able to get it out of the 4 little tabs that it rests on. Now we have access to the fire pot, which is this little thing right here. This is where your wood chips actually burn. And then we have an area where a lot of ash and stuff can build up. This is where the fire risk come into play with the Traeger grill. And then also you get a lot of other byproducts of smoking this wood that aren't necessarily healthy for you. So we want to get all those removed, and we're going to do that with a vacuum. Now in Traeger's owner's manual, they kind of go on and on about cleaning this out and what kind of vacuum. They recommend a metal bottom vacuum, like a real hardcore shop vac. Or they even say you can just use a regular vacuum. Really their main concern is that you're sucking up any ambers that are still burning, putting them in your vacuum, and then putting that in your house for it to smolder and then later catch fire. I know that there is no burning ashes in here because the grill hasn't been used in a little over a week. So I'm fairly certain on that. Plus I have a canister style vacuum that has a really nice HEPA filter. So it's gonna remove any of the nonsense, and I'm outside, and I'm gonna take whatever I collect in the canister and immediately dump it. So we got a few safeguards in place. I'm fairly confident that we can hit this with the Dyson and get it nice and clean and be safe. now that we got our fire pot cleaned and that whole little ash collection area around it, we can go ahead and top this thing back off with the new wood pellets. And we'll go ahead and we're gonna prime the pot, prime the auger. That's gonna get some wood pellets moving down the auger and into the fire pot and ignite it for the first time. We got just about all of the pellets that we possibly could out of here. The hopper's completely empty. The auger inlet in the hopper is empty. The fire pot's empty. And we even sucked out a little bit up the auger. So now we're just gonna load up some cherry wood pellets, and I'm gonna show y'all what the fire pot looks like when we're priming the auger and igniting it. Now we're gonna wake the grill up by pushing any button. And we're gonna go to the menu, down to auger. And now it knows that the auger was empty, so it's automatically gonna prime it for us. It says it's gonna take about 2.5 minutes. Let's see what that looks like. One thing that I noticed when I was doing this project is the size of the wood pellets. Now, both of these are Kingsford brand wood pellets. They're both advertised exactly the same. One of them is their blend, which is a blend of 3 different hardwoods, and the other one is just straight cherry. Now, what I noticed with these is that the cherry pellets are actually a little bit nubbier. They're a little bit smaller, and the blend, they're a little bit bigger. So now I wonder, are these inconsistencies in the manufacturing of these, or is there some sort of a science behind the size of the pellet lending to a different burn rate that is kind of developed for that particular wood? Does anybody have any insight on this? Let me know down in the comments what you think. So after our 2.5 minutes, priming is complete. Let's go ahead and ignite the fire pot. It's wild. So we're all done with our shutdown cycle. Let's go ahead and get this thing put back together and call it a job. Go ahead and start by putting the M piece back in. Those little tabs just go into the 4 slots, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Put the drip tray back on with the bend down to the left side. Last, replace our grill grates. Well, I hope you guys found this really easy to follow, and I might encourage you to do a little bit safer practices with your Traeger grill now that you know how to do it. Also, make the quality of your food a little better. You don't want all that poisonous ash flying around and getting up on your picnic roast. Well, for JTV Life, this is Jason signing off. We'll see y'all next time. If you're new, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss another Traeger video, along with other tutorials, how-tos, reviews, and lifestyle stuff. We'll see y'all next time. Like, comment.